Hello everyone, it is great to see you again. Today we are actually looking at one of the hardest openings in all of chess. I bring this to you with a really heavy mind because it is so difficult. It is a notorious opening, but yeah, let's go on with the Sicilian defense. Okay, what is a Sicilian defense? How does it start? Well, a Sicilian starts with white moving its pawn to e4 in its first move, and then the black moving to c5. So this is, as we can see here, the Sicilian defense. Now, different variations exist here. One is the open Sicilian that we're going to be looking at today. We can also do the Nudge-Dwarf variation and the dragon variation, various the accelerated dragon, the classical Sicilian, the closed Sicilian. And so I have about 8 that I want to share with you. We're going to go extensively into the open Sicilian today. Okay, so how do you do the open Sicilian from now on? And this is normally how a lot of the Sicilians are done. You move your knight to knight f3. The white moves to knight f3. There are various reasons for doing this. Number one is protecting this square over here from the pawn here. Also because it is the central square, and so we want to build up and eventually go d4. And so that is the central idea here. And then the knight and the black here in this position will actually respond with knight also to c6 here. And then what white immediately does here, and this is what makes it an open Sicilian, white goes d4. Boom, open. And so it opens up this whole position. It opens up the bishop, this bishop, the queen, the knight can move here. So lots of possibilities here, a very fast-paced game that ends up, and very interesting because white is actually sacrificing a bit of central control early on, because if, for example, c takes d4 here, which is what is usually done, and then knight takes d4, and then this takes d4. This position is actually beneficial for white, but that is normally not what happens. Sometimes they'll just maintain this position. After we go here, they won't take it with the knight, and so we'll be in this position. And again, white is actually sacrificing one of its central pawn earlier on, but also getting rapid movement with the knights already being in the centers, the bishop all like staring across the boards, right? And this knight ready for attack, the queen ready for going across this square or this square. And so very, very rapid development, a lot of central control with this knight and then this pawn, and also an open c file. An open d file by which it can use. And for black, it actually gains a lot of the central pawns. It gains the open c file, as we saw, and so that helps as well. Lots of differences here, and so they can still do counterplay with the queen side, especially going queen to b6. That is a very, very strong move that attacks this b2 square and also this d4 square. Very interesting, solid but dynamic, I would say, for black, and so long-term imbalances that end up in a very, very interesting game. And so let us go more deeply into how a game with this might play out. I'll be basing this on the engine, and I'll actually play with them so that you can kind of see it here. Okay, so let's do knight. We did the best moves. We did knight to f6 by black. So just developing this knight, and then we'll go c3. Knight to c3, developing our knights. And then they want e6, or actually e5. And so e5, going right here, attacking this knight, and then the knight will have to go to another spot. I think it wants us to go to knight to b5. So here, And this is actually a very good move because it's threatening to go to this spot or this spot if it has a bit of support here, and so they'll try to kick us out, I think. Or oh no, actually instead of h6 they want d6, so d6, kind of building off that center. They want bishop to g5 here, pinning this knight, and then they want a6 that kicks this knight out, and then we'll go knight to a3, bishop b5 they want, so bishop b5. Sorry, that's very confusing. Oh, just b5, okay. Trying to do this kind of fork here, and so our knight is forced to move to d5 as well. We'll go with d5. And so this is the kind of position that will happen. And so centrally, what is important to us in white is we take control of the center. We rapidly develop. Instead of this, we rapidly develop with the knights. We will bring the bishops out eventually. We'll try to, if they attack with something like this, we'll get it here. We'll try to expand as much as possible, take control of the center, castle early possibly, but also rapidly attack their center before they can castle using our pawn advantage, our rapid development advantage to the best we can. And so yeah, that's basically the Sicilian Open, and I will see you again with the Niger variation very, very soon. Thank you so much, and stay curious. Bye.